Hello, hello. This is Christina, business and digital marketing coach, and today is new episode of KSM podcast, Growing Business Online with Christina. And I wanted to share with you and to let you know that today I have my special guest, Ladislav Smrtnik, and Ladislav is from Germany, but originally he is from Slovakia. And Ladislav, welcome to the KSM podcast.
Hello, Christina. I'm very happy to be here with you, of course,
Yeah,
all the time. So, yeah, and
yeah,
I'm also greeting your people who will be watching this. So, I hope we will have beautiful time together.
yeah. I'm super happy because of that, and I must say that you were my guest speaker in my previous promo. It was like a promo entrepreneur day, but my new brand podcast is KSM. Podcast Growing Business Online with Christina, which I'm super happy. I'm super honored with that. So, Ladislav, welcome again, and tell us a little bit about you. Introduce yourself and tell us what you do. And as I said, that you come from Germany, but tell us a little bit about you. Here
Mhm.
you are.
I work as a business and life coach. I help individuals overcome insecurity, burnout, stress, anxiety, limiting beliefs, and undesired habits. And to leaders and entrepreneurs, I help to unlock their human potential to gain emotional stability and develop their leadership skills, such as clarity and confidence and creativity, master communication, making decision setting goals, solving problems, and maximizing performance and productivity.
Oh, this is such a
I have
huge
it
list. This is
later.
such a huge list. What you
Yeah,
do?
I try to simplify it because it's very difficult to understand what I do, to describe what I do. So I usually say that I'm a gold digger. I dig gold out of the people, and sometimes I find diamonds.
Oh,
So
this is amazing, fantastic.
and I help people to experience miracles, to find easy what is difficult, to see what is unseen right now. And many times clients say that I was lost and now I'm found. I was
Oh,
blind and now I see.
perfect.
So
Uh, that's and Ladislav, we met each other through referral marketing, and it's I know what you exactly do. But tell us a little bit, how did you, what was your background and what triggered you? I often ask my guest speakers, what triggered you to move into the coaching industry and to start with coaching part, which you do, what you do exactly?
uh, mm, many times we do in life such decisions that we find later reason for it. So I was just moving with my life forward. I was having quite successful business, which but I found limitations there. I couldn't grow more, and I got for myself a time to reflect. I also use services of different coaches, so I could find my path. And I found myself in coaching and making impact and uh, really change people's lives, bring out of them the best of them, the most satisfying, most aligned work which I could do. So I would say that we could call it a midlife crisis, And mentioning that, I'm also preparing a program for people to find themselves during the this period of midlife crisis, to reflect about themselves, what is the most aligned with themselves, to find themselves to be the most authentic And this will be coming soon. So this is also something which is connected also with my change, where I moved into this industry, and I love it ever since.
Yeah, and as you said, I like really what you do, and I'm so in connection with that. But today I wanted to talk about you. So as work with you, we will do that in other podcasts, which we will prepare it especially for that part. But yeah, and what you do is such an amazing, because people have chance to discover their opportunity, possibilities, to get new skills, and to know who they are, just in just to find themselves, to discover something which they don't know. And when you started this coaching part, what I asked you, what triggered you? You wanted, but can you for this podcast is going to be on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Google Podcast, Radio Public Radio, and Mother. So this is going to be such a good audience who will listen that, and I would love that our listeners will be inspired by your story. How did you start? And just tell us what is a so teeny trigger. What triggered you to be in coaching industry? Again, and tell us what kind of coaching. I know what is it, but tell us what is the name of your coaching, and you also have a new project, so you can share with us in this episode today.
What triggered me? That's the point. I was as a business person, for me it was very important to grow. And since I was finding the limitations in the business I was doing before, that was for me trigger to look for something where I can continue growing. So this was something which allows me to think, okay, what can I do? What is my talents? What can I use for in the next part of the journey of life? So I think this was the trigger. I needed to continue growing. So, and now I'm thinking, okay, you said what exactly I'm doing. I'm actually in the modality I'm using calls three principle coaching. And again, to describe it is very difficult, because we are working, three principle coaches are working with something which is so big and so at the same time so natural for people, which is the human potential they have in themselves, that when you start to put some structures into it, when you start to put some descriptions to it, actually you are losing the power of it, because it's much better to experience it, it's much better to live it, it's much better to take the power of it, the advantage of it, than describing it or putting some structures into it. So yeah, but when it's about life, because this modality is more about to understand how people work, how their experience is created, and so people find much more clarity in what they do, much more peace, because they are not anymore bothered by some extra tools which which are useless for them. And also such alignment with their own potential, and using it in everyday day-to-day life. So
and there is no limit. I mean, so
absolutely.
and I think that is meant because we to simplify things, and it's three principles is all about thoughts. Can you help with this, please? Just to explain for our listeners, maybe there are people who are going to hear about it for the first time. I know when I met you that it was like three principles were for me something that I didn't know about it, and can you just explain it in such a small sentence? What actually are three principles?
Absolutely. So when I would have to describe it, it would be like this is the way how we as a human beings function and how our experience is created. Many times people are putting the experience of something on the circumstances that they experience, they are in, So many times they are chasing the, for example, happiness, freedom in outside world, in the circumstances, but the circumstances and the experience doesn't have a connection, in the reality, because our experience is created only through these three principles. And that's the principle of thoughts. That means that the energy of the thoughts, how we think, what we think. Then the principle of consciousness. That means this is the awareness we have, through which we can actually, live through it, experience it. And then there is the third principle, which is they call it principle of mind. Sometimes I call it source, because this is the source. This is where we can get new ideas, where we can get the peace, the freedom, the feelings which we are actually chasing in the circumstances. So if people just switch or understand how the experience is created, they would never start to look for it where there is not, there it is not. So when they start to look the right direction, that means this is in these three principles, in the experience inside of the humankind, then for first they can find it finally, but also they can start to use it in their day-to-day life, because it's absolutely practical. So this is what the three principles are about. It's the distinctions between what we experience and this distinction of actually what are circumstances, where we function. And the circumstances are so that sometimes we can change them, sometimes not. If I have cutted leg, my leg is cutted. That's the circumstances. I cannot change it, But there are some circumstances we can change, but we can change them if we are fully in our potential, when we are fully present, when we are fully connected with our awesomeness, I would say. So yes. And this is in the domain of the experience of the three principles. So just this simple understanding how the things works is giving a huge power to people. And as I mentioned, many people who were suffering by stress, by anxiety, these problems suddenly dissolves. They are not there anymore, because in this viewpoint, in this connection with their human potential, where we saw problems before, they are not anymore. So that's why it's so much useful for the practical life, and also in business. When we know how people work, we know how to communicate with people, we know the relationship changes, the I would say the potential, the productivity of the people changes. So that's why it's so simple, because we as a humankind, we function very simple, but the misunderstanding is there, where we don't understand exactly how it works, and we start to by ourselves complicate it so much that it creates mess. It creates the madness in the people. So we all are functioning just perfectly, just fine, but through our misunderstanding or understanding of how we work, we can actually mess up the system and use it against us, you know.
Yeah,
So
and
and
this is
then
the point that we need to simplify things and to
absolutely.
open, and every single time when we wanted to simplify, when we wanted to do something, we need to move on basics. I mean, just to simplify things and move forward, you know, and to understand, because we are much more open in that part when we are overwhelmed with many things. And you
Mm,
can say, I wanted to start. There are people who start something and say, I wanted to start business. I wanted to move forward because, and there are people who don't know where to go. But sometimes we, as you said, we need to give ourselves opportunities and permission to live our simple life in terms in business and life and everyday's life. I mean, you know, just to simplify things and create and see our opportunities. Maybe what sometimes we, by overwhelming, we cannot see it. We don't have chance to see that, to discover them. I mean,
absolutely, you are completely right when because the basics are very simple. You know, we just take them and we we just combine them to such a madness that actually we are lost in it. You know, so the simplicity is very important in this. And other thing is that we are like kind of stuck in the middle of a story. You know, because we are building something, we are growing uh, into this system which is already kind of working around us, and we are just learning about the systems, and we try to fix the things, we try to avoid some things in life because of the experiences before we had. So we are kind of trapped in the middle of the story, but this simplicity, to go over the story, to actually find our true selves, it's changing everything. We cannot change behaviors of people because it's already too late. The behaviors of people are already based on something which was before. That means what are our beliefs, what is our perception, who we believe we are. So, and when we go deeper and deeper, we find how beautifully everything work, and how simple is that. And to change our identity, to change our ways, our business, for example, to change what we do is so simple as stand up in the middle of the story in the cinema when the movie we are watching we don't like, and it is, but we have to go deeper. And this is actually also the part of my work, to really go to the core of the humankind and really find the simplicity in it. So how simple is that? Because uh in in basics, many times it is so simple, but we ourselves are giving ourselves the limitations, and we say, okay, I'm not ready because, and then we put all the reasons why, but we are just making it up. It's not true that we are not ready for a change or for a transformation or for the business. It's only the stories we are putting into it when we try to do something new, when we try to explore the life.
yes, and sometimes we're not on conscious and subconscious mind, we just give ourselves that we are not ready, but we don't have to think like this. We can say, okay, we are ready every single time, because this is momentum. I mean, and if we put our limiting beliefs to ourselves, who will help us if we don't resonate with that? How we can move forward? How we can discover our skills, opportunities, and to be always in connection inside and outside our with ourselves, with our own self. I mean, do you agree with that?
Absolutely, absolutely. And when you go deeper and when you know what is working for you in the three principles, because many people are trying to change their thoughts, the way how they think. I have to think positive, but they are again fighting with something which is so bigger than them, because the thoughts just run. And many times, as you said, the thoughts are in a subconscious, we can see only the thoughts in conscious mind, but nothing from the subconscious mind. And from the researches, we find out that actually the thoughts which are coming from subconscious mind are much more bigger proportion than the thoughts in the conscious mind. So how do you want to change that? How do you want to fight that? And that's why there is very important the third principle, which is the principle of thoughts. I mean principle of mind, the source, because this is the only thing which is stronger and which can go so deeper, in our mind, in our conscious, subconscious, which can change things. And many times people try to step forward and do the work for which actually is taken care of from this principle of mind. So when we just allow the system work, when we just allow our potential be in our life, and put it practically into our life, the things are changing, the things are happening, and the only what is then missing is the experience.
Yeah, and what I noticed that and just learned from three principles is that thoughts are not reality, because we always, you said, and there are people more than 70,000 thoughts we run through the day. They're just running and running. But one reality is one side, our thoughts is the other side. This is sometimes not what we think, because we can think many things. Is this that? Is that what happened? How, and when you put many thoughts and many questions, I think that we don't have chance to move forward. We don't have chance to start something if we always be in obstacle with ourselves in terms to think about how we can do that. I'm not ready. I'm not good enough, just need to start and move, as you said.
In this point, the thoughts become very real for us, because when we take them seriously, when we actually listen to those thoughts, and they simply become real in our life. They actually lead our life. They have the creative power in our life. So in the sense of they are not tangible, so we can actually let them go. They are transient. They just go when, always changes. In that sense, yes, but when we take them too seriously, then they are absolutely real in our life. And also they have a strong power of creation in our life. So it can destroy you, it can put you down, it can actually, totally stop you for life if we give them the power. But also we can, the same thoughts are those which are encouraging us, pushing us forward, and so on. So this is the principle of thoughts.
And
The
sorry, just continue. Sorry.
I just wanted to mention that in this point, how very important is to put all the three principles together, so that they can work together. That sometimes when we have negative thoughts, that's why negative feelings, when we just let go of those thoughts, from the principle of mind can come new thoughts, never thought before, and they can completely change our experience.
Oh, that's amazing. And Ladislav, can you tell us a little bit? I have two questions. One is, how do you work with clients? Who is your best client, or from which industry or whatever? And if we have time, because it's going to be, let's say, because of timing and for listeners, sometimes they don't have a focus to listen many, you know, such a long duration, about your clients, and tell us a little bit, a couple of words, wording about your new project and leadership. I mean, something. What did you change and rebrand, or add something new in your job, in your business?
Mm. I'm working mostly in one-on-one sessions because I truly love the quality of the one-on-one sessions. This is the space where I can work with a client on a personal level and just pick the best things which are important for the person, you know. So this is the way how I work, and I see that the one-on-one sessions are the best quality.
That's
So
nice.
yeah, I think you mean the I have two websites right now.
Yeah, can you tell us? Can you just share with us your new something new? What you know about your new what you add new, and what you do adding in terms of your business? What do you do as a new project, or it's something like that? I mean, just to share with our listeners.
I'm still working with individuals. Also, I truly love to work with entrepreneurs because it's, you know, different minds and people, you know, are going through their lives, having, you know, having goals for the future. So I truly love working with the entrepreneurs, and also with the individuals who needs that. Absolutely, I love this work. So when the people are open to see something new, to you know, hear something new, to see their life different, then I don't make distinctions. I simply have pleasure with working with such a people. So what I'm having new is in a few days I will be launching a new project which is about about midlife crisis, or how I like to call it, midlife awakening, because this is a period of life where we stop in our life and start to reflect, because till this point we are kind of taught in our life what we should do, how we should do, where we should, you know, what what we should do, you know, and we kind of follow it. And there is no time in our life that we start to question it, if this is really it, this is really what I want to do. And many times we come to the midlife crisis where we start to question the things, when we start to see our achievement, if we achieve them, and just say, is that it? Is that all what I live for? Or we have some hit in our life, we lose job, we lose somebody, you know, who we love, and we came to the point where we start really to question our life. And this is the point where it's very important to find your authenticity, who you truly are, what is the most important for you. And so from this point, you can continue in your life and actually live your life in fullness, in happiness, in joy. So this is what I'm preparing, this kind of program for people to find their true self, their authenticity, and what is truly important for them, so they can actually live the life they can fully enjoy. So yeah.
Sorry, can you tell us, just to share your, I will put all your information before we ramp up our call, information to your website, and as I said, where podcast is going to be delivered, and also is going to be audio video version. So just tell us a little bit about your profile on social media, business pages, and website.
So this program I'm talking about, you can find on my website truefreedomcoach.com. This is also a website where I'm working more with individuals. And then I have second website which calls Brand New Leadership, and this is more focused for entrepreneurs and leaders. So how to use this knowledge, how to use this the human potential in the business, in the workplace, in the teams, and so on. So these are my websites. Then also I'm running on LinkedIn and Instagram mostly. So this is where you can find me and connect me, and also Facebook, of course.
And Ladislav, thank you. It is such a pleasure having you today. I'm super happy with that. You share such amazing story, and I think that when you run new projects, we will have a new podcast and talk about it. And thank you so much for sharing your story and how did you start? And you're such amazing coach with 3 principle coaching. So I would love to that listeners connect with you and know much more. And you have also, discovery session call when people can start just to explain them what do you do. Anyway, just to please connect with Ladislav. He will help you as much as he helped me a lot.
Yeah, thank you very much, Christina. Exactly how you said, this is something which is very important to experience, this coaching session. So that's why I'm offering also on my websites free discovery call where people can connect with me. We have free, for free discussion together, so that they can really experience it and then, go on. For this coaching, for these sessions, you don't have to prepare anything, know anything, just come as you are. And many times my clients find my sessions very empowering and very calming, very peaceful. So just don't worry, come, and I'll be happy to talk with you when you will come.
Thank you, Ladislav, and I think that we will see you very soon.
Thank you very much, Christine.
Goodbye for now.
Bye bye.
Bye.